A quiet, simple life, surrounded by nature, growing a garden. Hello, chickies! Greeting our family and pets each day. Life in the country outside of a small town in the U.S. When people hear that I am from California, they assume that I live around beaches and movie stars and surfing, but not all of California is like it. This is where I am from, Sonora, California. It's more in Northern California, kind of in the center of the state. California is a very big state, and there's a lot of diversity and a lot of things to see in the state. It's actually cold where I am from too, at least compared to where I was in Thailand. It does get a little cooler here because I'm up in the hills, not far from the mountains. Like much of North America, this area was first inhabited by Native Americans. After the United States had been formed, explorers and pioneers started filtering into the area. In 1849, gold was discovered, and small towns started popping up as many came out for the gold rush in the hopes of striking it rich. Not very many people found gold, but historic towns like Sonora remain. I had not been back to this place where I grew up for 5 years. I had been away, and so coming back here, I really noticed things with a new perspective and kind of reflected on a few things. For example, I always love having mountains around me and hills, and now coming back here I see why that is. There are hills all around this place. When you drive around, it's always up and down. There's no even area, and so I realized that's why I like hills. I grew up in the hills. If I'm in a flat area, I feel like something is missing. I like to see those hills or mountains on the horizon. This is also not far from Yosemite National Park, where I got to go a lot when I was a kid, and I went back there recently and I made a video, so I will include a link in the description so you can check that out. Beautiful, wonderful place as well. So sorry to break it to you, but not all of California is glamorous and Beverly Hills and beaches. There is that part in the south, but there's also this mountainous nature area and small town, and that's what I grew up with. And it does make me appreciate the nature and the small town, and so it helps me to see my roots and where I'm from. I was born in the Sonora Regional Hospital, in this building which used to be the birthing center. This is where I lived my first moments. Nearly 29 years later, I was baptized just next door at the Sonora Seventh-day Adventist Church. I spent my first 18 years living out here in Sonora, and then after that I moved to Portland and I lived there for 7 years, and then Thailand for 4 years. And now I am just coming back to see Sonora after being in Thailand. And so it's been really interesting to see things with new eyes and a new perspective.